A brand new 2D Super Mario Bros. Video game was announced at the latest Nintendo Direct. This is what we've been waiting for. A new 2D Mario that's not stale like the other ones. It's been like 10 years since New Super Luigi U came out on the Wii U, and then pretty much from there it's just been copy and paste in the 2D Mario franchise. We got Mario Maker 2 as well on the Switch. Feels all very similar. There's not as much character, there's not as much funny, quirky stuff, but now with the new Super Mario Bros. Wonder, we get all of that. This is exactly what we've been wanting as 2D Mario fans, and I gotta say, this is the most excited I've been about a Super 2D Mario game in a very long time. I can't believe how good it looks. I can't believe just the whole art style, the fact that you can play as Peach and Daisy, and oh my goodness. Anyways, today I'm gonna be breaking it down a lot more than a lot of the other YouTubers I've seen break it down, and I'm gonna be going through literally every aspect of this game. We're gonna be going frame by frame, we're gonna be going slow motion, back and forth. We're gonna be looking at the animations, new gameplay mechanics, and a slew of exciting new features. So let's do the ultimate extreme breakdown of the Super Mario Bros. Wonder trailer. The trailer opens with our first look at the new flower character that can speak to us. I'm assuming they're gonna be like the star in Mario and Luigi's Bowser's Inside Story, or you know, like that sidekick character. Everyone has that sidekick character, you know what I mean. As they seem to be encouraging us through different scenes in the trailer. Probably some sort of sentient life form of this fun wonder planet that will act like a guide. Also, when we're close to Mario, we see the first look at his new design. The first thing I thought of when I saw this was Paper Mario, because you can see a drop shadow from his character projecting onto the background, just like in Super Mario. This could also be a callback to Super Mario, and call me crazy, but what if we get like 3D portions like we saw in the Wii version of Paper Mario? That would just be very intense. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I think it's cool to speculate these type of things. We also see a massive tree in the background, sort of like the flower we encounter later in this trailer. We also see this blue flower floating as we progress. We see later in this trailer that hitting the blue flower makes Mario all tripped out and does something wacky to the stage. But when he hits this mushroom, he gets kind of deformed. This is definitely the most expressive Mario game that we've seen in a long time. As we continue, we see a sleeping Goomba. Actually, pretty much every Goomba we see is sleeping. Heckin' dummies. When we jump off of the Goomba, you see Mario jump higher and spread himself out like a starfish, like this, kind of like this. And you'll see all the characters do that at some point when they jump high. And you'll also see them jump high like that when they get stretched off of this musical block. As you interact and hit other objects, synonyms of good get sprayed at you, like great, super, fantastic, excellent, and incredible. This is also the first scene we get with these new purple star coin thingies. And literally seconds later, we see this 10 star, and of course, we see the regular gold coins. We also see that we can jump and knock things around, which can probably add some really cool effects in the environment, like this elephant ball person. Next is the new rail mechanic that this game has to, of course, include. We've seen this in Donkey Kong, Crash Bandicoot 4, Sonic Frontiers. Everyone loves their rail mechanics. Just add a rail to a game, make it good. What's funny here is that Mario hits his head when he hangs and stumbles when he falls. This seems like a Luigi type of thing to do, like just to hit your head. I feel like Mario should be a little more confident when he's landing, but hey, maybe he only doesn't know where he's gonna be landing when he first goes on. As he's sliding on these rails, he's hitting pink flowers that generate gold coins at the end of the rail, and then this helps the player lead them to where you want them to go. This is also the first time we see these green spiny creatures that jump and of a spooky cloud man. Then we get our first look at the red Koopa. He's looking pretty epic and his snoot looks a little more rounded in my opinion. And now we're swimming. The swimming mechanics look pretty similar to other games. I really like the bubble animations, and I think it's cool that Mario looks shiny when he gets out of the water too. The next shot we get is the pink Koopas roller skating, which looks great. And there's of course these music blocks, which I've brought up earlier, which gives you the jumping boost every time you jump on them. We also just barely see the Mario block. Still not exactly sure what this means, but I can assume that each playable character will have these blocks around each stage, and that'll give you either special power-ups or special collectibles. Yeah, who knows? Time will tell. We also get this close-up shot of Mario running. Now, I'm really liking this new art style. It's just so quirky. And here specifically, I'm getting a lot of Sonic-y vibes. Like his feet moving so fast they're blurry, kind of like the Crash Bandicoot spinning effect. Something else that's very Sonic-y is the fact that his arms are behind his back, but but that's most likely a callback to the super classic Super Mario World run. But the most Sonic-y thing is his mouth. His mouth just looks so Sonic-y, like the Sonic mouth from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, I could be wrong. Does his mouth not look like Sonic, or like classic Sonic at least? He's just giving me very Sonic-y vibes with his mouth. I don't know. Like I said, this game's kind of quirky. Quirky times. It's also very silly that Mario forgets his hat when he enters the pipe and needs to come back for it. It's just so silly and unique. But if he has to do this every time, that may get a little annoying. Now, we finally hit Blue Flower, and the pipes are moving now. And the new, I'll call it Wonder Flowers, get revealed. This seems to take everyone to a massive trip, and it makes certain elements of the gameplay much more wacky. Like these pipes are moving or the characters are stretching. But the weirdest thing about the Wonder mode is the fact that these purple coins get split, and there's a point. It seems like these coins are more scattered, and every 10 bits become one full coin, or purple coin. It's just kind of odd, and it seems like these portions of the level end when you get a Wonder Seed. And it seems like you can get more than one Wonder Seed per level. Now, so far we've seen that there's only 2 Wonder Seeds per level, and 1 Wonder Seed is during the level, and then it's shown off later that 1 Wonder Seed is collected at the end of the level. We could potentially see 3 Wonder Seeds in one level, which means that there's 2 Wonder Seeds mid-level, and then at the end of a level, there's the final Wonder Seed. But regardless, there's going to be 2 Wonder Seeds per level, one of them you get at the end. Now, this whole Wonder Seed mechanic where everything goes trippy before the end of the round very much reminds me of Kirby's Return to Dreamland and the Ultra abilities. We are then shown off the map for the first time. There's a lot of info here, so stick with me. First off, we are confirmed that these Wonder Seeds act like green stars from 3D World, from this counter in the top left. More interestingly, we see the first level is called Welcome to the Flower Kingdom, which confirms that in fact we are in another kingdom, not the Mushroom Kingdom like we're used to. We also see a new difficulty star meter. We still don't really know if players can add stars or if the stars are preset. Oh, and also Luigi's confirmed. It also looks like you don't have to play as Mario as well, which some other 2D Mario fans will love. Also in the bottom right, we get a look at the options mode, and we see some sort of photo mode. Next, Princess Peach is confirmed as playable, and she's trying to murder a squirrel. And Yellow Toad is confirmed as well. They both also do the starfish jump thing. We also see Daisy pushing some pipe with a new enemy. And then of course, Bowser's ship with green horns and green teeth. It's a very odd design. Bowser's eyes are also all wonky. Literally everyone's been using some sort of plants, if you know what I mean. We also see this flower level thingy on the map. I don't actually know what that is. Kind of looks like a Daisy logo. Maybe you unlock characters at these checkpoints on the map. We also see the map isn't linear like it seems in the first shot. I'm actually not sure if this map is linear or not. I can't tell with this shot, but it looks like Luigi's very linear. I don't know. Maybe there's a different world map, and maybe there's a different map inside of the world, like a level map. There's also sub-levels where you can get more Wonder Seeds, and there's these new Toad-like characters, which are probably the Toads in the Flower Kingdom. Next, we see Wiggler chasing you, and the dreaded crown. Just when you thought you could get away from the crown. Okay, either this crown is player 1, or the crown is whoever got the most points on the last level. Exactly what we saw in Super Mario 3D World, which, to be honest, I'm not a fan of. This makes the co-op Mario games feel oddly competitive, and I never liked how the crown looked on the characters. Seeing Peach with a bigger crown just didn't seem canonically correct. At least in this game, it's just a little icon for the player who holds it. We are then shown that there are multiple layers to the levels, which we see in a few different spots in the trailer. We also see new enemies from the pipes. Next is an on and off switch for the lights, and it looks like our flower buddy doesn't like the dark. Next is the bamboo character that everyone's obliterating, and of course next is Yoshi! It looks to me like Yoshi is a playable character. We also see that in the box art. It looks to me like Yoshi is a playable character, especially because the face logo on the top left, and the fact that there's 4 different colored Yoshis later on. Mario can actually jump on Yoshi, which is a very cool mechanic and will probably lead to some unique uses. Most likely the player that's playing as Yoshi will have control of the person on top. This also soft confirms the fact that each playable character will have their own abilities, like Luigi jumps higher and Toad is faster, and Peach being able to float, but be a tad slower. Back to the first shot of Yoshi, it looks like purple coin enemies are trying to attack you. Next is a new mechanic that I'm not sure is a power-up or it's just a new gameplay mechanic, and that's gliding with hats. It doesn't look like they have an ability, it just looks like a new mechanic, like the squirrel suit. And where did Peach's hat come from? And there's also this flower on the map, which makes a gold ball roll. We also get skydiving, of course, and a new look at Bowser Jr. and his abilities. And of course, there's everyone reaching for the top of the flagpole and getting the flag stamps. And after getting the flag, it looks like these Bowser huts were converted into Toad Person houses, which will give you the final Wonder Seed for that stage. It's then announced for October 20th, which is very soon. And of course, shortly after the release date, we get to see a new look at the elephant ability, which very much reminds me of the giant mushroom that we saw in the DS version of New Super Mario Bros. And I have to mention the voice acting that we hear all throughout the trailer. Okay, we gotta talk about this for a second. Do I think it's a different voice actor? No. There's literally no knowing if this voice actor is Charles Martinet or not. I'll play some voice clips. You can tell me what you think. Yes, they are different, but I don't think they're different enough to warrant knowing if it's a different voice actor. We've been hearing the same Mario lines for years, and just because of a few yees and yas and wowie zowies, people think that it's a different voice actor? I don't know. I just don't think it's a different voice actor. And if it is a different voice actor, that is a little sad, but also at the same time, it's like, yeah, the guy, whatever. How old is Charles Martinet? He's 67 years old. Charles Martinet is 67 years old. He's at retirement age. I think this whole voice acting thing, it's not that big of a deal. I don't actually think it's a different voice actor. I think it's just new lines that we haven't heard before. He does sound a little pitched up, but again, he might just be pitched up. I don't know, there's literally no knowing. People also speculated that Wario in the Nintendo Direct was voice acted differently. And again, maybe, but there's literally no knowing. Now, of course, I just gotta say about the Wario thing, the same line in the Japanese Direct was voiced by the narrator, so maybe the voice line in the American Nintendo Direct was also voiced by another person. Nintendo has already made it a big deal that Charles Martinet is the voice of Mario, in the video games. He even had a role in Super Mario, in the Super Mario movie, so why would they just replace him like that? Especially right after they made it such a big deal that Charles Martinet was the original voice actor. Anyways, I don't know. You let me know in the comments if you think that that's Charles Martinet or not. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. This is like the first time I've done like a breakdown of a trailer that we saw for a new game, but I think it was a lot of fun going through the trailer and speculating on what we could see next for the new 2D Mario game, or literally any game. Maybe you want me to look at another game, another trailer. Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you like this. Please consider liking and subscribing if you did like it. And I hope to see you in the next one. See you later.